Hello, hello, and welcome back to a second episode of Vampire the Masquerade E-Division. Now, as you can probably tell, we have a brand new cast, all lovely, all experienced Archons. Well, we'll see about that. But let us introduce them one at a time. And for the first time at our table, Laurie Payne, played by Plague Maiden. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem.
Excited.
Oh, so are we. Uh, Ruby Turner.
Hi, I'm Ruby Turner. I'm being played by some Nefsis Nile person, and I am going to be playing a Ventrude today.
Carmen Rossellini.
Hi, Carmen Rossellini will be your photojournalist during this case.
And finally, Sir Cuttlefish.
Hi, I'm Sir Cuttlefish. I will be playing Clan Katif, however you would like to pronounce it. Ooh, spooky. And I'm playing Nocturne Zalia.
And I am Mike, and I will be your storyteller this evening. Now, as you can probably tell, these four will get me into a lot of trouble. So let's see how that goes. New York City. A city that has known bloodshed among kindred and canite. That was until the Battle of New York City in 1999, when the Camarilla finally swept through the Sabbat hierarchy and took them from the board. However, to say that was the last of the problems of the great state of New York or the five boroughs, well, that would be a lie. Everyone has heard rumor of what hides in the shadows of New York, and what the secrets the city has. After all, it is the envy of many who seek power. Sometimes those who seek power lose grip, and something stirs. That's where E-Division comes in. And we open tonight in a clear lit sky, the moon hanging low above the skyscrapers of New York City, and move across the waters until finally we see a lone warehouse surrounded by buildings much taller than itself in the meat-packing district of New York. A district that has gone through many changes over the years. Now it is a hub of activity. From BDSM clubs, sex clubs, LGBTQ positive clubs, and everything in between, including one remaining meatpacking factory. And inside this warehouse, we find our four kindred. Could you please all roll me your rouse checks for this evening?
Fail.
Starting off strong.
Oh, good.
Do not get hungry.
Very good. And as these four kindred wake up, the interior of the warehouse is rather sparse. They have what they need. And that's all they really do need. They have a lovely, lovely board. After all, E-Division is the X-Files of the Kindred world. So it wouldn't be unusual for them to have a board of the city. And in their board, they have markers upon it. They have been in the city for several days investigating this mysterious eye thief. A creature that has plagued the streets for a number of months, taking the eyes of its victims. Mostly in parked areas, such as Central Park, Bryant Park, Brooklyn Bridge Park, Prospect Park, and Rockefeller Park. Each victim has been left traumatized and blinded in one eye. And what has our group done about it? Let's see. Laurie, you awaken this evening. What do you do?
I think the first thing that Laurie is going to do is see if we have the address or the last known location of the most recent victim, Shauna Cunningham, and see if potentially that's something that we can do tonight after stuff. I've spent some time meeting up with the previous victims, and I think the most recent one would be very beneficial to our investigations.
Okay. So, I would like you to roll me the first roll of the game with a wits investigation. But first, I would actually like to ask you, how do you want to get this information on where she lives?
I think if she was attacked, there would be some sort of record of it in like a newspaper or something, and then potentially going from there on social media, potentially to see if, even as much as you try and hide stuff from going public on social media, sometimes family will make posts about it. See if there's any Cunninghams online that have posted about how someone they know has been attacked or something.
Okay. Please roll me your wits investigation. As Laurie tries to find this information on the latest victim, Ruby, we turn to you. You awaken this evening. What is the first thing that Ruby feels like doing? How does she start her evenings?
Well, what she feels like doing and what she's going to do are two very different things, darling. She is going to, because she's on the job, and her mind is in the game, she's going to start looking for ways that she can perhaps find maps of the subway sewer system and see whether or not she can actually get those pulled up onto her phone so that we can perhaps use some of those to navigate and find connections around the city.
So once more, same for you. Another wits investigation. Nocturne Zalia. You awaken this evening. Do you awaken in the warehouse with the rest of them, or do you awaken somewhere else?
Oh, I feel like E-Division, I love working for them because they give me all the things that I need. I probably in the garage in the meat packaging area in a big, like, unmarked black van, passed out, probably waking up.
And as you
So
wake
yes,
up
I am
in
there.
your van, your van that people are often warned about. What do you do? What is the first thing you do when you wake up this evening?
Well, I'm gonna message everybody and see where they're at, and then wherever they're at, I'll go there, and then see if I can get a hold of. Well, see where everybody's at first, and then from there I'll go.
Okay. Carmen Rosalini. You also awaken this evening in the warehouse. What is the first thing you do?
She refills her camera film for the next night, I suppose. Prepare films, and probably bug the other three.
So before you get a chance to bug the other three, who do you call Nocturne, or do you just text everyone?
I'm just gonna text everybody, and then I'll send a text and see if I can get a hold of any Nosferatu, because I did explore, just find out about the sewer system, see if there's any fishy activity down there.
Okay. So each of you, all your phones blow up at once. It's a message from Nocturne. Simply hidden with a black heart. Where are you all?
I think with one hand still like firmly on the computer, like typing and like using like, because I imagine it's like a track-padded laptop in my head. The other hand pulling out the phone and trying to like dual wield screens, awkwardly typing back. In the warehouse, good morning! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Ruby?
Ruby just swipes the message away and continues searching.
And Carmen?
Warehouse, duh.
You get all those messages back, Nocturne, but you do not get a message back from any Nosferatu contacts just yet.
All right, I'm gonna go and meet up with the others then.
It doesn't take you very long. You didn't park all that far away. You just wanted your own alone time, right? So you arrive as Laurie and Ruby are typing away on their respective keyboards and phones to find out information. Laurie, how did you do?
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Going through the social media really doesn't turn up anything. She doesn't seem to be all that active on Bookface or Twitter or Red Sky, Black Book. She doesn't seem to be very active on those. But you're right about the news report. The news report claims that a young up-and-coming professional was attacked in Bryant Park, just a few feet away from her apartment in Bryant Park. Apartments. Doesn't say what number, but it does say that's where she lives.
Interesting. Good to know.
And how did you do, Ruby?
I got 4.
With 4 successes, you get one of the more updated maps of the sewer system. It is telling you how many of the sewers reach out from the center of the city, nearly in a spider web, going across to Long Island, going across to some of the smaller islands, including the Statue of Liberty Island, or Liberty Island. and how many of it is cordoned off at the moment for reconstruction work. Ruby,
I'll make a note of that. Yeah.
roll me your intelligence, or what's an occult?
Wits and occult.
Mm-hmm. And Carmen, are you just sitting there watching them, or you gonna help?
She can go to where Ruby is and kind of scope what she's looking at.
Yeah, I'd be standing in front of the board and be like looking at the map and tracing out the sewer system across it.
Okay. And as you're tracing it out, you hear the doors, the shutters of the warehouse pop open, and in comes this black-haired, leather-clad woman. All four of you are now finally in the warehouse together.
Without even turning around, it's like, hi. How was the van? Sleeping.
So we find anything new? I haven't heard
I
from
know.
anybody.
Well, I've just figured out that our most recent victim lives near where she was attacked. Like a couple of feet, like in the same apartment block attached to the park.
Crescent Park?
Yeah. No exact address, but I'm sure it can't be too many doors to knock on.
Good morning to you too. And she's just gonna looking at Ruby before she goes and flops in a chair.
Ruby's like, phone. Yeah. Hi.
As Ruby is looking at her phone, a message pops up from one of her girls. It's an image. In the image, you see a man in a suit. You do not see his face, you just see his gloved hands around the throat of the girl, her face dead and lifeless. Another message comes through. Stop digging.
Imagine it's not the first time Ruby's received a threat of this ilk. And given the line of work she's currently in, it won't be the last. Ruby's just going to send back a message with a kissy face emoji.
You did not receive another message. But Carmen, you sort of saw what happened there. Or was Ruby trying to hide it?
Oh no.
And the coldness of Ruby seems just natural, business-like. Until finally, as all of you are working, there is a ring that breaks through the silence, coming from Lori, as her phone begins to ring and ring. It is an unknown number.
I'll put it on speakerphone.
You all hear the language of the voice of a young woman. It is cold, but it is tempered. It is calculating. Miss Payne, I expect a report from you What is happening? Where is my subject? You all automatically understand and hear the voice of Aisling Sturbridge coming through the speaker. I hate using these things, so please don't make me call you again.
Well, we haven't found it yet. We are still on the hunt. I mean, we're getting close, I think. But all good things come with time.
There is a long pause as you say that. All good things come with time. You've had several days within the city. I will be reporting this to Herr Schreck, that many of his archons seem incompetent to do their jobs properly. I expect better
Will
from
he
my
want the
own...
details?
Do not interrupt me. You may be an archon, but I am still regent. You'll remember your place, apprentice. Am I understood?
Yes.
Good. I expect this done by tonight's end. And then the line goes dead.
I'm gonna teach you how to butter them up without.
Just a bit
So,
of sticking
we don't
in
tell
the
that.
industry.
Yeah, she very much is. So what are we gonna do?
Me or
Well,
Ruby?
I suggest we go talk to our friends below and get them
Yeah.
to scatter across the city and gather whatever information they can. More eyes, so to speak, while we
In
go
Brian's
talk to a
park,
girl
right?
about a thing. Yeah.
At Bryant Park, right?
Yes.
I already got a hold of them. Nothing yet. So instead of twiddling, maybe we go check it out for ourselves. And then if they get a hold of us, they get a hold of us. If not, she seemed really on the
Itchy?
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to learn from her, but I don't think she likes me very much.
So do you
I
want to
think you
head
just
to
need
Bryce
to
Park?
roll a pair, sweetie. Yeah, let's go to these apartments.
So how do you guys get from the warehouse to the apartment?
I'm the driver.
Into the black van.
Into the creepy van.
And how is the van like a 4-seater or is it a 2-seater in the empty back? Who's standing in the back?
I feel like it's a two-seater.
I mean, there's vans with benches.
Yeah, let's get the bench in the back.
So as you walk towards the shutters and you flip them open again, the four of you are blinded by a light. Headlights that shine through towards you. And then suddenly a shadow walks around the front of the car. You can't see who it is, but it's definitely the figure of a man. Get in. He walks around the side and he opens the door to the passenger side.
Do we
Ruby's hand
recognize
is on
the
her
voice?
gun.
You do not recognize the voice.
You said we don't recognize the voice?
You don't recognize the voice. But Nocturne. As you get closer, you do recognize the car. It is a car that you have seen but never been inside. It is the car of a certain Nosferatu by the name of Kaisar.
Oh, once I know that, I'm just gonna. I'll go. I'll be.
Is it?
But
I'm gonna. If Nocturne's going, I'm just gonna follow her. She's
As soon as
she's
Nocturne
brave.
gives the "it's okay" signal, Ruby's going to take her hand off her gun.
And Carmen?
I'm ready. Let's go.
So, as the four of you walk past the lights and down the side of the very long limousine that you now realize is a lot longer than it first seemed. Ruby, you've seen cars like this before, but this one looks different. The outside looks armoured in some way, but not in an ugly fashion. It doesn't look like metal plates have been put on top of it. It looks specially designed. And as the four of you slip into the car, two men get out of the passenger sides to make more room for all four of you. And then the doors close. And as you sit there, you see all these computer screens around. All these numbers dialing. The whole inside of the limousine has been turned into what looks like a mobile base. But you don't see anyone else apart from you four. And then you hear it.
Nice choice.
Yeah, well, it's better than sitting in some fucking office. And then,
But never
as the voice talks, you see this man appear before you. He is wearing a very, very nice suit of red tie, white shirt, but he is very obviously Nosferatu. He's got like a Cheshire grin. He's wearing sunglasses. His hair is whitened to the side. His skin seems stretched in weird parts. He's wearing small spectacle glasses. Why the fuck do you call me, Nocturne?
Oh, it's always a joy to see you too. Need your help.
Yeah. You always fucking need my help, but you still ain't done that
No.
job for me.
Hey, baby, I'm good for it this time. I can pay you back as soon as I get this job done. Everything's gonna be fine. And you know what? Maybe even a little bonus. You know, Ruby here is definitely looking for a business partner. Hey, right, boss?
Of course. Always.
I don't think I do the business you do, Miss Turner.
No, darling, maybe not exactly the same, but men have a habit of talking when they're happy.
Do I look fucking happy to you?
Do I look amused?
I don't know. Is permanent bitch face just slapped on you?
Is ugly just slapped on you?
Oh, ugly. How a fucking original. Well done.
Look, let's stop flirting and just get down to business.
Right, so, Rosalini, why the fuck is a Hecata, fucking Hecata, why are you with a Tremere, a Ventru, and a Bruja?
Why not?
That ain't a fucking
Here
answer,
for the
sweetheart.
case.
That ain't no answer.
It is. It is the answer.
And why should I help you four lovely ladies? You four lovely cops.
Do you want help on top side? Like I said, Ruby's very useful. And obviously, you have Rosalini. And our lovely friend right here as well. Just gonna wrap her arm around a blonde friend. See?
I don't think Miss Payne really wants to help me, do ya, sweetheart?
I'm open to helping anyone if it helps me.
Well, holy fuck, it ain't so much you get a fucking pack of Archons in your pocket. Alright? I do this favor for you, Knock. Then you all owe me. How's that?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sure.
Okay. I can't see anything bad happening with this. It's fine. Yeah.
Hey, I'm a respectable businessman.
She kind of silently nods.
I don't want to hear you silently nod. I want to hear you say it.
Sure. We'll do your favor.
Alright. My favor is yet to be announced. I will tell you that later on. Because it could be today, could be tomorrow, could be a month, could be 100 years from now.
As expected.
Of course, as expected. So what do you need?
Calling in a favor later.
So what does you need?
Just look at Nocturne.
I'm gonna look at Ruby. You're the boss. You're the one with the pretty ways.
Ruby has locked eyes with Nocturne with bitch face fully planted on. You're running this show, sweetheart.
Oh, all right.
I'll just sit
I'm
here
looking
and-
for.
Yeah?
Yeah, apparently I'm running the show.
Okay.
Who do you want to find, Maureen? Yeah, I know I'm great in stressful situations now that everybody's looking at me. We're trying to find out more about this eye thing. I know you've heard about it. I've connected some weird similarities that there are escape routes in the tunnel. Have you guys noticed anything weird or odd down there?
Have we noticed anything weird in the fucking sewers
Out of
in
the
New York City?
out of the normal.
Sweetheart, have you ever been down to those fucking sewers? It's been fucking normal for over 300 years.
Anything eye-catching out of normal?
That was a fucking horrible pun. But I appreciate it. I've heard some rumors that some folk have seen some guy in like a trench coat. He ain't one of us running through the sewers. Normally around the attacks, but no one's really got an eye on him, as it were.
What about any information on medical records of the victims prior to the attacks?
Well, I don't got them on me. I didn't think they'd be important, so no. I could get them. I've got a guy for that.
Specifically, anything from Magadon?
Oh. No.
Oh. Is it too much for you?
No. I just value my head on my shoulders. I ain't fucking with no subsidiary of Pentex. Fuck that.
File that away for later. Okay. I'll go find someone who can give me more information, who doesn't mind risking it for the biscuit.
I know you're trying to play to my ego, but I've been in this game a lot longer than you've been alive, sweetheart. And I got this way by making the smart decision and knowing when to fold them. Going after Megadon in New Jersey is fucking stupid.
So where would you go after them if you wanted to?
I
If
would
not
go
New
after
Jersey.
one of their smaller companies.
Such as?
This information ain't free either. Major Boom.
Minor Boone.
Major. My life's on the line. Lucky I ain't called the lifeboat in. Your life's on the line too, but, I prefer my head than yours.
Major, but called in the next 3 months. I don't want this hanging over my head.
I can do that. What information do you need on Megadon?
A chink in their armor.
Honey, they don't got it. They really don't.
Every company does. Every company does.
Yeah, but they're a company that works for a much bigger company. Do you get what I'm saying? They ain't.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You're more interested in what they did with these victims, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know they've got some laboratories in the city.
Mm-hmm.
I know they've got some off-the-grid laboratories in the city. I mean, what sort of megalomaniacal pharmaceutical company wouldn't, right?
Right.
The closest one here is probably Brothers Island.
See, that wasn't too hard, was it?
Well, Brothers Island's been closed down for a long time.
Because
say
there's
it's haunted.
various going on. Of course, everything's haunted here.
Yeah, it is New York City, sweetheart.
Never let the truth get in the way of a good story, especially if it keeps people off your island while you're doing shady shit, right?
I mean, you've heard of Typhoid Mary, right?
She was a patsy, but yeah, sure.
Probably one of Megadon's original subjects.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time women have spread disease.
You said it, sweetheart, not me.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, considering I'm fucking Santa Claus this evening, giving out all these little presents, Lori Payne, what do you want?
Well, to, I guess, save us time door knocking, the address, we know where in what building, but we don't know what apartment number the most recent victim, Shauna, lived in. Shauna Cunningham?
Yeah, 1 second. He turns, and he begins to type away on a computer right next to him. Couple screen. Yeah, Bryant Park Tower, flat, apartment 306.
Ah, perfect. Thank you so much, Mr. Kaiser.
Alright, minor boon for you.
Oh, I
And-
thought this was included in Nocturnes.
Oh no. What I told you when Nocturne asked me the question was including you all, but these are individual favors.
I should have seen that one coming.
You really should have, sweetheart. And Carmen. What can Santa Kaiser do for you?
She's a wee salty, and she already kind of got her answer with Ruby's questioning. So she's good.
Okay. What? Nothing?
Not at this current moment.
Well, I've never had somebody say no to me before. Can't you tell? Well, You have what you want. Get the fuck out of my car.
Lovely, as always, Kaiser. Same place later, next time.
The car comes to a stop. A sudden stop. None of you realized the car was moving. The ride was that smooth. There was no sound from the exterior of it. No cars honking, no noises of New York City. It was like it was in its own personalized bubble of silence. And finally, when the car does come to a stop, you all hear the doors opening from the outside. And the man that told you to come and sit in the car is standing there before you. On the pavement, outside Bryant Park Tower.
Pleasure doing business, Kaiser, and Ruby's going to step out.
Yeah, I know.
Lovely meeting you. Thank you.
God, I hate it when they're fucking polite. He looks at Carmen.
Laters.
Yeah.
She steps out.
And the man closes the door, gets into the front of the car, and drives off. As he does drive off, Nocturne, your black van takes the space the car was in. Two men get out of it, and they begin to walk down the street and down an alleyway.
Professionals. Right, we're already here. Look at that.
Ruby's going to take a step towards Nocturne and just lower her head ever so slightly towards Nocturne's ear and say, if you ever make a deal on my behalf again without consulting me first, I will see it to it personally that you become one of my girls. Do you understand?
You can thank me later. We got all the stuff that you
Just
needed.
consult me first.
In front of him? All right, I'll remember that when we're on a time limit from Payne over here.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
I think Ailsing was going to make us have 24 hours, regardless of what I said, but that's just neither here nor there.
Apartment 306 then?
Yeah.
And you hear the hustle and bustle of the street, even though it's rather late, well, late in the evening. New York never stops. The cars are going up and down the street. People are busying past you. Some are looking at you for weird because you are the only ones standing stock still on a very busy street. And do you make your way to the apartment?
Yeah. Take the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah, as you walk in,
It's not that.
a man at the reception desk meets you. Hello. He's a young man, maybe in his early 20s, probably his first job. He's dressed in a nice suit. Can I help you?
Sweetie, we're just here to see a friend.
And which friend is that?
Oh, actually, it's Laurie's friend. Hey, sweetie, what was the name of your friend?
Let me just click back to my notes. Shauna Cunningham.
Miss Cunningham is not seeing anyone at the moment after the incident.
That's not what she told me.
Well, I have been told otherwise, madam, so please escort yourself out.
I'm going to activate Mesmerize. It's
I
early.
was waiting for that
I'm
one.
going to activate my discipline.
Okay, and what is your command to this man?
You're going to buzz us out.
He is a human. You do not need to roll for this, apart from your rouse check.
I get a little bit happier.
And he then walks over to the elevator, puts in a key, the elevator opens, and he presses the floor number. He walks out of the elevator, waiting for you to enter.
I'm just going to pat his cheek and go, "Thank you, darling."
Go right in.
Yeah.
The elevator closes behind you, and Ruby, you see him shake his head like, and the elevator door closes, and it begins to ascend, playing that ever lovely elevator music that we all love to hate. The music that Ruby can recite off by heart.
What is it?
Elevator music. Just elevator music.
No, no music. No music. No.
And finally the doors open onto a floor. It is one floor, and there's only one door ahead of you. Number 306.
Do we check for mojo first, girls?
So Lori lead this one.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that. Just, Are there any cameras on this floor, I assume?
There is one, and it is facing the elevator.
Just sort of walk on forward. There's nothing really I can do discipline-wise that would benefit me in this situation.
You
No
know
time for a ritual.
from your past experiences with the other victims that there were no magical wards on their doors or no magical traps.
Mm.
They were just very frightened people.
For sure. I will, head over and do a very firm, yet not threatening knock on the door.
A couple of seconds go by. Then behind the door, you hear, "Hello?
Hello?
Who are you?"
Oh, my name is Lori. Me and my associates over here have been hired privately to investigate the attacks.
But
And we were hoping just to talk to you about it.
who by? I haven't hired anyone.
By someone else who was attacked. A different victim. Actually, someone who knew one of the person who saved you, which is why we're hoping to talk.
Roll me your charisma and persuasion.
That is 3.
Couple of more beats go by. And finally you hear a chain coming loose on the inside of the door. And then the sound of a lock. And the door inches open ever so slightly. And you can see first off a bandage going over the left eye. And then a second eye hidden behind long blonde hair that just coats down. You can see it's red and puffy from crying. It's evident. Um, what do you need from me?
I just wanted to have a few questions for you about what happened. I know it must be hard to recount, and I'm sure you probably have numerous times to the police, but it would be very beneficial to tracking and bringing this person to justice. If you could do it one more time for us.
You hear her audibly, like, catch her throat. Yeah. Yeah. Come in. And she opens the door. And then before you walk in, you see it's a very, very nice apartment, well furnished, well looked after. It's got a lovely view of the city below. But whilst the apartment looks lovely, the atmosphere inside it is pungent with sadness. You can tell this woman has been through a lot the last few days. Ever since she was attacked. She slowly walks towards the sofa. And she's not dressed well. She's just dressed in a loose t-shirt and jogger bottom. She's not wearing any socks, nothing like that. Her hair is loose. It looks like it hasn't been washed properly in a few days. It's still nice, but you know that look where it hasn't been washed in a few days. And she sits on the sofa and there's no TV on, there's no music. And she wraps herself in a blanket and just turns her head and looks out the window across the city.
Ruby's going to grab her phone and just start an audio recording and put it in her pocket.
So, what do you want to know?
Oh, well, apologies again for interrupting you so late at night. Ms. Cunningham, the attack, did you manage to see the attacker?
Like I told the police and the doctors and my parents, no, I didn't. It was fast. It came up from behind me. I felt his hands around my throat, and then the next thing I know, I have a white, searing pain in my eye. And then I'm blind. All I see is red, and it's not from anger, but my own blood streaming down my face.
That must have been very... I can't imagine how difficult that would be, darling. Was there anything about his hand, the way it felt, that you could tell me? Was it his hand? Was there something in his hand?
His hands felt lumpy, as if there was something under the skin of every finger and his palm. If that makes like hard calluses, like bumps,
Okay.
like ridges.
How big would you
Not
say the
smooth
bumps
like
were?
our hands.
No, not smooth like our. No.
What about the temperature?
It was a nice night. I think it was 30 out. I'm not too sure. It was nice.
His hands, darling.
Oh, yes, they were hard and no, they weren't all the same size. Some were large, some were smaller.
The
What would you
bumps?
say
Yeah.
the average size would be?
I don't know.
Like a pea or a...
No, much
Ping
bigger,
pong.
much bigger than that. Maybe about a
Like a
ping
golf ball?
pong. Yeah, maybe about a ping pong golf ball size, and maybe some a bit smaller, but nothing smaller Nothing pea-shaped, much bigger.
Okay.
Now, the other victims that we've spoken to have, and this is going to sound very silly, they've had reports of nightmares, even while awake. Visions of seeing through somebody else's eyes. Have you also experienced something like that?
I've certainly had nightmares, but not with what you're describing.
Laurie's gonna take a piece of paper from her notebook where she's taking notes, and I imagine this phone that we're using at the moment, or the one that she's using, is one of like a burner phone for the mission.
Mm-hmm.
She'll write the number of the phone and pop it down on the table and say, if you do start having any of these type of nightmares, awake or asleep, please give me a call whenever you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She turns, and finally she's looking at the four of you, and she looks down at the table, and she picks up the number and looks over it, and she puts it back down on the table, and then just turns and looks out the window again. Is that everything?
But I very quietly lean into Carmen and ask her to take a photo.
Mm-hmm. May I take a photo? She asks the victim.
No, I don't want a photo taken. No, I had enough of that in the papers.
Which paper?
All of them. Have you not been reading the papers? I thought you were. Who are you?
We've got all of the papers back, Carmen, at the hotel.
Yeah.
Please leave. I'm not comfortable with you here anymore.
We'll leave. Thank you for your time. Just want her back.
If you catch a photo, I can cloud her memory. I'll like lean in and like whisper that to Carmen, like, I'm gonna make her forget if you take the photo.
When she gets pretty yelly, she will just.
What did I say?
I
Get out of my.
clouded memory.
And how back are you clouding?
I almost want to say if I can just before asking about the photo, because that's when she got very defensive and didn't want to speak to us anymore. And I think if we do that, then there's more of a chance that she'll actually send a message if she does have these nightmares than not.
And as a human, and someone who was not expecting it, her eye goes blank. And she shakes her head and looks at you. Why are you so close to me?
Oh, you were just telling me. I was sorry. I thought it may have been a bit of a, like, I let go of whatever I'm like, and apologies.
She turns away from you again, looks out the window.
We'll be on our way now. Again, Ms. Cunningham, thank you again for all of this, and I apologize again for having you rehash all of this. I can't imagine what you're going through right now.
No, You can't. That's all she says.
Yeah, get up and go.
And the four of you walk out into the hall and close the door behind you. A few seconds go by and the elevator dings. The doors open.
Once we're in the elevator and the doors have shut, Laurie will sort of speak up, go, do you think the eyes are under the skin?
That's exactly what I think is going on.
Right.
As Laurie,
Fascinating.
as you say that, and the elevator doors begin to close, there is a loud scream from inside the apartment and the sound of breaking glass.
Shit.
Is already mashed the open button door.
There is.
The open, yeah.
Mhm.
Running.
Are you all running?
Oh, I'll let others run. I'll saunter behind.
Yeah. Run.
Could I pull out the stake from my ring, if possible?
You can indeed. And as the three of you run and one of you saunter towards the door is not locked, and Laurie, I assume you're the first through.
Mhm.
And as you burst through that door, you do not see a kindred, you do not see some creature. What you see is the victim on the floor, writhing in pain as she has fallen through the table, holding her bad eye, screaming, "No, no, no!" And that is where we'll go on break.
You don't know me, but I've been around long enough to know that things in the world of darkness don't always go the way we want. There are things out there that we least expect. That's where E-Division comes in. And I appreciate you watching and making sure my agents are okay. If you would like to keep them safe, please check out our About Us section where you can find the Renegade link, our Patreon, and a simple tip. Everything goes towards our cast and artists, as well as making bigger and better products for you down the line. So, let's get back into the action. Let's see how my Archons break this case.
And welcome back. Where we last left off, our Archons had went to visit one of the victims. And as they began to leave, they heard a scream coming from the victim's room. Our Archons, being the heroes that they are, ran inside, only to find the victim lying on the floor across a broken glass table, screaming in agony and covering her left eye. And that's where we open right now. She is sat there, lying there on the floor. Shauna is holding her left eye, writhing around in pain, screaming, "No, no, no."
I think trying to pull her away from the glass table remnants to try and minimize the damage onto her. As calmly and as reassuringly as I can, and maybe a little bit manipulating. We'll see. Shauna, you need to tell me what you're seeing. I need locations, Shauna, so we can catch this person.
And are you moving her from the table as you say this?
Pardon, sorry?
Are you moving her away from the table as you say this?
Yeah, like maybe towards like the couch or somewhere that doesn't have glass on it, I think would be the best.
The three
Wow.
of you see Laurie walk over and speak this, but she's also trying to move this woman from where the accident happened. Does anyone help?
She's gonna take
No,
a quick snip.
Ruby's starting to fix a cup of tea in the kitchen.
I'll help.
I have little Tremere arms, thank you.
Yeah.
You see Nocturne walk over and scoop this woman up like she weighs nothing and place her onto the sofa. As she does, Shauna continues to scream, "No, no, 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 no." And the screams aren't of rejection, they are screams of pain, as if she is feeling whatever is going on by force. Laurie, please roll me. Manipulation and persuasion. Shauna is so focused on her pain that it may take some coaxing to get her to open up.
That's a 3.
3. I see a... I see some sort of watchtower. It's by a park.
Do you know which park?
There's no name. There's no name. Oh God.
Does it smell like?
I can't smell it all. Oh.
What are you? What's happening in the vision?
He walking through tree lines. She begins to cry, and you can see tears streaming down her one good eye. There's picnic tables. There's a bandstand. Oh no. There's a woman. Oh no. Nocturne. Please roll me a wits streetwise. He's following her. She's gone into a bathroom. He's waiting. Oh God. God. Oh. I feel like I'm being stabbed all over.
5 successes.
Nocturne. With your knowledge of the city, you are a New York resident. You have born, died, and risen again in the city. There's only one park in all of New York that has a watchtower near it. Any sort of fire watchtower. And that is the Marcus Garvey Park in Manhattan.
I'm gonna, as soon as I got what I need to go information, I'm gonna start heading out the door, tap on Ruby and Carmen and be like, I'm gonna tell them the park, and then I'm gonna go down the stairs because I feel like it's quicker than the elevator, and go start the van.
Okay. So you're running down the stairs, and Laurie, you see as Shauna is writhing and rolling, holding her eye as if it is white hot fire. Carmen, you are walking about the room taking photographs?
Mm-hmm. One of the scene, and closely around her eye.
It's not her eye that you see when you take a photograph. As you take a photograph of her, you can see Laurie in it. You can see Ruby in the background in the kitchen making a cup of tea. But from the body of Shauna, you see this aura around her. An aura that is like a shadow. But whereas a shadow would be thin and lifeless, this seems viscous, almost tangible. And you see the shadow sort of moving away from Shauna towards the window and out.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. We gotta go. Girls, we gotta wrap this up.
As long as Shauna's not seriously injured, I think Laurie will.
She has a few cuts and bruises on her body from the glass table, but you have seen the other victims. You know this, whatever is happening, whilst agonizing in that moment, will not kill them.
Alright. Laurie feels comfortable with leaving her then.
Ruby's going to dump the tea bag in the sink and hand Shauna the cup of tea and just do the there pat on the shoulder before turning and walking out.
Shauna is in no position to take the tea from you. She is writhing back and forth, feeling nothing but absolute agony.
Ruby would go to put it on the coffee table and then just puts it on the bench and walks out.
And the three of you leave. Nocturne, as you got downstairs the quickest and you're in the van is warming up. But as you got to the van and opened the door, and on the driver's side seat there was a letter and a small tape recorder saying, "Play me."
I'll get in and press play.
Well, kid, guess what? That favor you owe me, I think I know what I want. this thing you guys have been sent here for, the thing running around my sewers, bring it to me. This message will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3,
Son of a fucking
2,
bitch. I'll throw
1.
it out the window.
I'm joking. And the tip
I
dies.
hate you. God. I'll take the tape.
This is such a
Obviously.
douche.
Douche and crush it. Maybe even crush the like tape recorder and throw it somewhere in the glove department. Like, fuck you. But I am gonna message him since I feel like I have his information, and be like, that thing might be at this part. And
There is no reply. Ruby, Laurie, and Carmen, how do you get down? Do you take the stairs or do you take the elevator?
Stairs are probably faster for Laurie.
No. Elevator. And when I get in, I'm going to pull out my phone from my top pocket that's still been recording and go, end victim interview, date, time, and end the recording.
So, Laurie, you taking the stairs?
Yes.
Okay, and Carmen and Ruby, you taking the elevator?
Sure.
As the two of you walk towards the elevator, the doors open. You press for the ground floor. And the elevator begins to descend. You both reach the floor before Laurie does. Laurie, unfortunately, does not have the advantage of celerity. And 30 floors is a lot to go down.
I forgot it was 30 floors. It's fine.
And 5 minutes go by. And finally, Laurie, you reach the bottom. Did Ruby and Carmen wait?
By the car, yeah.
And you can see both Ruby and Carmen outside the entrance of the building. The man behind the reception desk is staring at you and staring at them and shaking his head as confused as he is.
I'm just gonna run and get into the back of the van. I just don't say anything. Don't look at them.
shame. I feel like at this point I've been waiting with like Eminem in the car playing.
And you begin to make your way to Manhattan. Nocturne, please roll me your dexterity on driving. I assume you want to get there quickly.
I do. I get my advantage for this, right?
You do indeed. If you want to get there quickly, dexterity driving. If you want to get there safely, composure driving.
Yeah, I'm not about that life.
Ruby, who is 100% sitting in the passenger seat, is just white hot grip.
You don't have any
Yes.
faith in me? You don't have
Yeah.
any faith?
I assume Ruby is holding onto the oh fuck handle.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, definitely being a passenger princess and what the fuck.
Bestial success of 8. 8.
Of it.
Yeah.
2 nocturne red lights are a suggestion.
Yeah.
And so are bus lanes and bicycle lanes and pedestrian crossings and pavements. They're just suggestions. They're in my way. And you move through the streets of New York like a woman on a mission. You're using alleyways. You're using small streets that no one would have thought of You know where all the police cameras are. And in what seems like record time, the four of you reach the park. I do, however, need, before you all leave this vehicle, Carmen and Laurie to roll me a strength athletics check. Because you two were in the back and there's no seats in the back. And nothing to hold on to.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm doing
Screaming the
that.
whole time. Strength.
Yeah.
Athletics. Oh, it's not great.
You may rouse the blood, of course.
I don't want to risk it. That's 2 successes.
One success.
I'm nervous.
As the car is barreling through the streets, Laurie, you put your hands out and you hold each side as you're being shocked and moved side to side, up and down. Carmen, you, however, are not so lucky. You, as Nocturne takes off a ramp that wasn't a ramp to begin with, but now is, you fall back into the back of the van. You hit off the door, taking 1 level of superficial damage as you slam at what feels like Mach 10 against this door and slide down. By the time you have parked up, you are lying down in the back of the van. Because with the G-force you could not get yourself back up.
Is the camera okay?
The camera is indeed okay.
Very strong camera.
It's a necro camera.
It's my ride or die.
Is Carmen okay? No, we care about the camera.
Yeah.
And Nocturne, you pull up to the closest entrance to the park. The gates are still open, however there is not much foot traffic at this time of night. You've heard the rumours about Marcus Garvey Park. It is a very well-known dogging park. So foot traffic at night is less than it would be during the day. And you finally arrive.
Pop off the seatbelt. Pop out.
Still on the van floor.
Pop
Are we?
out.
Are we?
We're here. Everybody alive? Good. Let's
No.
No.
go. Good.
It's great. Massages her head, like, oh. Slowly gets up, adjusts her glasses. Doctor, driving is
You're in
super
New York.
on tonight. Oh.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're here. Out of the van.
We've got a victim to save. We should, like stumble out.
Stumbling and
Opening the door and stepping out and just taking a moment. Let's go.
And you enter the park. Can you all please roll for me either a wits survival or a wits investigation? Or if you're feeling spicy, wits awareness.
Oh wait, now I'm gonna look because I'm spicy.
I think
Oh
I
man,
would
all
like
their
to
rolls are the same.
I'll do
rouse the blood.
awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Do not get hungrier. And
Ooh,
If I
I'm
use
going
my awareness, can I use my special?
Which is
Death.
no.
I'm going to re-roll 2 of my blank dice.
You gonna use a willpower?
Only a yes, I will be.
Yep. Go ahead.
I'll do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. 7 total for a messy critical.
I also
successes.
am going to burn willpower.
And how many was that, Carmen?
2 successes.
2. Okay.
You know,
That's
I
with
got
wits. That's with wits and awareness.
Okay. Thank you.
Likewise for the wits and awareness.
Okay.
Mine was investigation.
And how many
That
did
was
you
an
get?
option, right?
Yeah. How many did you get, Ruby?
7, no messy.
Okay. And Nocturne.
I got 3 and with a beast. So
Okay.
and I did survival. So we're all the
Okay.
same.
Okay.
Figured I'd fight it out.
So, Carmen, perhaps it's the knock to the head that you took whilst driving, but this park looks the exact same as any other park you've ever been to. There are trees, there are squirrels fucking in the trees, there are park benches, there are swing sets, and there's a bandstand. Laurie and Ruby, however, you remember everything Shauna said. From the smallest detail, the bandstand, the trees, and you're able to walk a path through all of this. And finally you come to a toilet block, public toilet. But there's no one there. There's no one in the female stalls, there's no one in the male stalls. Nocturne. These parks all have some sort of similar layout. And you know that just east of this toilet block there is an entrance to the sewers. And as Nocturne is remembering this, Carmen, you don't hear this at first. But Laurie and Ruby, it's almost like the hairs in the back of your neck stand up. And then the two of you hear at the exact same time this scream in the distance. You know exactly where it's coming from.
Running.
Yeah, same.
For the first time this evening, Ruby's running.
When I see Ruby run, I'm gonna wait till they all run, and I'm gonna activate unseen passage, and then follow.
Okay. And as the four of you make your way towards the screaming, it doesn't take you very long until you see exactly who is screaming and why they are screaming. You see a young woman, probably in her late 20s. And you see this figure standing above her. Trench coat over her shoulder, knife in hand, going for her eye. It's quick. You can hear the knife piercing the eye. The scream echoing. The suction sound of the knife pulling back and the eye popping out with it. However, you do not see, as you get closer, you do not see the eyeball on the knife. You see him put the knife in his pocket and pull the eyeball out with his hand as the woman screams in agony as you get closer and closer. Lifts it above his head and slowly lowers it down. As you're getting closer, you can see the figure before you now, clearly. He's wearing a tan trench coat. But as you get closer, the shape of the man stands out. His head seems enlarged somewhat, as if his head is a little too big for his shoulders. It's bald, there's no hair on the body at all. And as you get closer and closer, you see a glint in the back of his head. And another glint. And another glint. Ruby and Laurie, you two are the first to notice this. You see 3 eyes staring at you from the back of this man's head. And then he begins to run.
Do I have eye contact?
Yes.
Mesmerize.
What is thy command?
Stop. Not more complex than that. Just stop. Do not get hungrier.
Good. But please roll me your manipulation dominant.
Yeah, I'm going to rouse the blood for this as well.
If she successfully does it, she's gonna sneak.
Do not get hungrier with that. Okay, what have we got? 1, 2, there's a crit. 4, 5, 6. So that's 7 successes. With a crit.
Very nice. He stops. The eyes at the back of his head close. He begins to shed his coat.
Nocturne. No.
I feel like
Where is she?
I feel like as completely distracted as he is as focused on them, I'm waiting to get into position when he is as he is focused on these individuals. Because I did not get hungry with my unseen passage as well.
Okay.
Can I fill my mouth with the scorpion's touch blood, if possible,
Yes,
to spit at him?
you can indeed. Please do. It's an inventive use
I
of the
also
skill.
grab a handful of dirt. I do get hungrier, unfortunately.
And Carmen, what do you do?
She takes a quick photo again. Just the beast, whatever it is.
Is there a flash on your camera?
No.
Unfortunate. Okay. This creature stops. But it isn't for very long. And it begins to run off again.
Could I spit the blood at one of its feet?
You are not close enough yet to spit on it. But I will
That's okay.
allow do a Do a strength athletics for me. Let's see how
I'm not very.
far you could spit this.
I'm only rolling hunger dice at this point.
Oh
One.
dear.
Yes.
You spit the scorpion's blood and it trails up the grass. You can still hear the woman screaming in pain in the background. But it just skirts by the back of him as he runs past it.
I feel like I know where he is going. So, like, again, as soon as he is doing that, I am gonna head towards where that sewer system is, kind of trailing him, and hopefully get there before he does. And then kind of maybe even leave it kind of open
Roll me
for him.
your dex and athletics.
Can I add my rapid reflexes to this?
Rapid reflexes is normally used for dodging, but
Okay.
for this, I will allow it because you're dodging obstructions. However, if you are,
This is also what?
If
Okay,
you're-
go ahead. Because
if
I
you-
also look like. Sorry.
if you are running at this speed, your obfuscate will fail.
Okay. I also do have the advantage escape, but I'm assuming that does not affect, or that isn't something to use with my athletics right now.
No, that would be for you escaping something.
Yeah. So if I want to add my celerity pool to this, it'll turn off my obfuscate.
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna roll my dex and athletics and see what I got with that. I'm not gonna add celerity to it. I'd like to try to stay invisible as long as I can. 4 successes.
Okay. And if you wish to keep your unseen passage, roll me a composure and stealth.
Composure. Survival. I feel like I should know where that is. Composure. Just 3 successes.
Nocturne, as you begin to move, you're still invisible, but you're moving incredibly fast. Laurie, Ruby, Carmen. You see this creature pick up speed, and it is fascinating how fast this guy can go from 0 to 60 in milliseconds. He is, boom, gone. Nocturne, you were ahead of him, and the next thing you know, he is past you and he is tearing up ground. And by the time you get to the sewer system, the doors are open and he is gone. Nocturne, you are stood by the sewer entrance. The doors are hanging wide open. The entrance is just waiting for you. Do you go in alone or do you wait for the others?
Oh, fuck no, I am going in alone. Unfortunately. Because I'm a dingus. I want to try to stay as close to him as possible, or on his tail as close to him as possible. I think I'll probably be able to handle it better than what they will be. I'm assuming they're following the trail of dug up dirt from his feet when he was running, his claws. I don't know what they are. Yeah.
Yeah, this
To look at the
guy left a track in the grass of where his feet
Yeah,
just
is it one of
poured
those
up.
like sewers where you open it
No, it is not
with like a?
it is not a manhole cover. It is a what is essentially a bunker which leads down to a office room that then leads on to the sewer system. It is where administrative work and construction workers gather before they start doing business in the sewers.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna go down there, and I don't know if my office gate's still on. If there's something as I'm running past, maybe grab it. But if not,
Roll
I'm
me.
just gonna keep focusing.
As you go down into the office room, roll me your wits and awareness.
That I don't know offhand. I know my wits is 3, awareness is 2. 3 successes.
Nocturne, as you enter the room, you see a series of hard hats on the wall. Some have long protective gear under them. There is a filing cabinet and a desk. It looks like a maintenance report hanging on the wall, and the door leading further into the sewers. That door does not look open. But as you enter, you feel yourself being gripped from the side. Strong arms pull you toward him. And you see before you the visage of the man, naked before God and yourself. You see eyes looking into you. 2 eyes, then a third, and a fourth, and then a row of eyes along his head. His mouth opens and an eye pops out staring at you. His body begins to open up.
I'm going to, as he's got me, can I activate? Can you explain what prowess does again?
So prowess
Or-
adds to your strength in anything but physical attacks. It adds to your damage, but not to.
Okay,
So if you're doing pull-ups, really good for that.
pretty good for that. Can I bash my head backwards into one of his eyes? And that doesn't count for prowess, though, right?
No, it does not.
Okay. Because I'm not going to try to fight him. I'm going to try to distract him. I'm hoping that these guys get here quicker than not. So I'll take the
Okay.
blunt of what is going to happen first.
Yeah. Carmen, Laurie, Ruby, what are we doing?
As we're running, I assume following the trail. Can I pick up handfuls of dirt?
You can do.
I intend to pocket sand this man and his many eyes. I'm just shoving it in my pockets, ready to go.
Okay. Ruby?
Ruby slowed her pace a little bit. She's got one hand in her handbag and she's pulled out her mobile phone and is dropping a pin on a map to potentially let someone know where we're at before she pockets it and pulls out the rope that's in her handbag. And then bolting.
We don't question why Ruby has rope in her handbag.
Yes, you don't know, darling.
Carmen, what are you doing?
Just bolting.
Just running?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So could you all please roll me a Dex Athletics, and we'll see how long it takes you to get there. Nocturne. You want to headbutt this man, correct?
Oh, fuck yeah. If he's got me like this, I want to backwards bash him.
Okay. Roll me your strength and roll.
Strength and brawn.
Can I rouse the blood for this?
You can indeed.
I'm gonna get hungry with that one. May I roll a willpower on that? Okay, that's 4, 1 beast. Yeah, 4 successes, 1 beast.
Okay. Nocturne, as you arch yourself forward and swing your head back, you hit nothing but air. Next thing you see is this man's head looking at you from the side. If he could raise his eyebrow, he would, but his face is an amalgamation of torn and twisted skin. It's almost as if nothing about his body is proportioned. Almost like skin is stretched to one side and moved around and all sorts of shapes and sizes just to fit these eyes in. And he brings his hand around. And on the tips of his fingers you see 2 smaller eyes opening up that look directly into yours as he holds you in a firm grip. And you hear one word in your mind. Sleep. Roll me your wits and... no, intelligence and resolve.
Yeah, you picked the greatest pool for me. Just 1 beast.
You feel your body grow extremely heavy. But you don't fall asleep. Because your body knows if you do, you're in potential danger. And your body will not allow that. However, you are slowed down ever so slightly. The creature is confused by this, so instead of continuing to fight you, he turns and runs out the door. How did we do on our successes?
Not great. I roll a 1, and if it's a fail, it's a bestial fail.
We're
Laurie.
doing well.
How hungry are you, Laurie?
I'm having a good time. I'm on 3 hunger currently. Okay. Sorry, Ruby.
Are you though?
A little bit. I will say one of my convictions is to fight the beast at all costs, and if I'm giving into it, then
Oh, you're only at 3 hunger. You can very much tell the beast to
I can
fuck away
resist.
off.
Then I will tell it to chill its pill.
It is. You're not in a hunger frenzy at the moment, but you're getting close. It is getting to the fun zone.
I'm telling it to chill its pill for now, and I will
That little
contact my
voice.
food later.
That little voice in the back of your mind quietens down, just ever so. But you're very well aware that it is just there, waiting for the right time. With 2 successes and 1 success, you reach the entrance to the sewer just as you see Nocturne stumble backwards slightly towards the stairwell. You hear the door opening on the inside.
Well,
fuck you. And then she's not saying that to any of them, and she's just pointing to the door and then getting ready to bolt after this thing.
are there flashlights or crowbars or something like that?
Yes, there are indeed. There are indeed flashlights in the cupboard.
Yeah.
And there is some equipment, but not crowbars. But there is some wrenches and the like.
I'll grab a fucking wrench.
The lights.
If this is equipment for underground sewage maintenance work, would these flashlights have a strobe setting for emergency purposes of like the SOS flashing setting?
I do.
But like still flashing strobe.
Yes. Most, if not all, flashlights built nowadays have that effect. Yes.
Perfect. I'll grab one too if possible.
And do the
Wrench.
4 enter the sewer.
Oh yeah.
Wrench, flashlight.
Are you wearing hard hats?
I mess up my hair? No.
Did we?
Yeah, I will. Somebody already banged me up.
Is there a sign saying that we should?
Yes.
I guess I'll grab one then.
Oh, if there's a sign.
Well, I mean, we don't know.
Let's be
Laurie,
cautious.
Professionals.
E-Division, everyone.
the
Division, everyone.
the hard hats have a nice little feature where you can put your flashlight.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Who's laughing now?
Catch that.
Yeah, no, Ruby's holding hers like this so that she can dunk people with it if she needs to.
Did Nocturne get a flashlight or?
I swear to God, she probably would have grabbed something as she put that sucker on her head too. I think she's like yelling back to Ruby as well. It has weird flesh. It does this thing. I tried headbutting it and it can make you sleep. Just
Oh, great, lovely, yeah, delicious. Let's fucking
Yes.
go!
let you know.
And as the 4 of you enter the sewers, the first thing each of you notice is the smell. The pungent aroma of New York City as the lifeblood of it circles around your feet. Ruby, those Louis Vuittons ain't so Vuitton anymore.
No, time for a new pair, I think.
And you can feel it between your toes as it soaks through the leather.
Oh, we are having a spa day after this, ladies.
You can hear the squeaks of rats in the distance. And the splashing of feet further ahead. Getting further ahead.
Pointing my torch down the way that I hear the footsteps coming from.
You see it's a long, long tunnel. You do not see anyone running down, but you can just hear the faint echoes. Nocturne, roll me with Streetwise. Laurie, Carmen, how do you two feel about being in the sewer?
She's not unfamiliar with it.
Less than preferable, but
Not as disgusted as Ruby.
The most freaking
We're on a
Toreador
job.
venture that ever existed.
I think Laurie's pushing through it because we're on a job. This is work. We're doing work.
Mhm.
It's work. We have to do it.
Work.
Or bestial successful Mike. Bestial success Mike, sorry.
Before Basil says you are aware of the direction that this pipe goes, this is a straight line towards a island in the middle of New York called Brother Island.
Do I know the island?
You do. You also know the history of the island. The history of the island, it was used as a hospital in the way back times before it was closed down for unsanitary conditions. It is occasionally used by young kids, young rich kids, as a party location, but that hasn't happened in a very, very, very long time. There's also the rumours of it being haunted by some malevolent spirit that some say is the spirit of Typhoid Mary herself.
I'm gonna relay all that information to my group.
Again,
As I'm
it's
assuming,
like
since this
looking
is
at-
just a straight line and we're not going any twists or turns, I think I know where we're going, so I'm just gonna be like,
Proceed
Could this,
on.
company be using it for shady things? Like, it's obviously
Well,
got
no
medical
company ever
equipment.
does any shady business on a mysterious island that has a history.
oh,
It's haunted.
especially not one called
Allegedly.
Pendant.
Well, I mean,
Allegedly.
Yeah.
We got Carmen here. She can, right? You do the haunting stuff.
Yeah.
The talking to the feathers, he's sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be totally fine.
My
with
my
some
question
weird...
is, how the hell are we going to bring this thing in alive?
I don't think
It's like rubber or
Ailsing's-
something. I don't know. It was weird.
the
But now I'm interested.
Ailsing didn't ask us to bring it in alive. She just asked us to find it and bring it in for further study.
They want it alive.
She didn't want it alive. She just said further study. If she wanted it alive, she should have specified it that way.
All right, it's all on you.
Look
Good on
who's
you, kid.
No longer interested in ingratiating themselves with the Tremere of New York City.
Oh, I still am, but it's on her if she should have been the one to specify alive.
In New York City. Sorry. Moment.
Well, Laurie, you
Let's-
do have a spine after all. It's good to
Oh,
see.
yes, I do.
Trudge, trudge, trudge.
Squelch, squelch, squelch.
This reminds me of that one mission that we were all on.
Oh, look, we don't talk about slippery eel, okay? Just, no,
Eels.
bad times all around.
Took me forever to
time.
get that out of my hair.
And it takes some time. The four of you trudging through the sewers of New York City. Through the vapid smells and putrid waters. Feels to you, Ruby, like several hours have passed.
Not too long.
Until finally you see another tunnel leading upward. Do you follow it upward or do you keep going down the tunnel?
Is there any sign of movement along the upper tunnel? Like, am I seeing wet footprints or anything like that?
Shining your torch around, you do indeed see wet footprints heading upwards instead of further down.
Up it is.
Nocturne. Yes? No?
I'm assuming it. I know that this is on the island, or we've made it to the island, Steward. If not, I'm gonna pull out my GPS. Does GPS exist at this point, right, Mike?
Yeah, it does.
Storytell? frick yeah, I'm gonna GP.
You have no signal.
Ah, you mother.
We're in the sewers.
I feel like they do this every frickin' time. Try not to crush my phone in my hand. And I'll go up first, I guess.
You begin to ascend the stairs. It doesn't take very long until you come to another office-like room. There's nothing inside the office. It is very bare bones. There is one table. That is it. But above you, there looks like there are 2 doors up a set of stairs. Almost like barn doors, you know, like the storm cellar doors. Made out of steel. There is a passcode machine beside it.
Alright. I'm just gonna assume, because I look at my phone, I'm like, damn it, I still don't have signal. Frick it. Look down to them and go, maybe?
Is this the place or not?
Fucking, do you have service?
Probably not. It's a sewer system.
Your ass up here. Just get the fuck up here.
Go up.
Wow.
And you all see
Eventually goes up.
very much the exact same of what Nocturne saw. One table, a storm cellar door above a set of stairs that seemed like made of steel, and a punch code.
Is there, by any crazy happenstance, a code written on a whiteboard somewhere?
I like the cut of your jib, but no.
Is there any weird trail of slime maybe left from the sewer on certain keys?
No. But there are footprints leading up those stairs towards the doors.
Okay, alright, so we're kind of on the same, I think.
Do any of the keys look like they've been more frequently pressed than others?
Roll me your wits investigation, please. Or a wits computer. Whichever's higher.
Do these stairs lead to this keypadded door?
Yes.
For a second, I thought there were 2 separate places to go. I was like, why are we... It's just footsteps go up the stairs.
3 successes.
You see that 6 of the numbers are much clearer than some of the others.
So there's 4 keys that are slightly more rubbed off or something?
There are 6 keys that are slightly more used than all.
Okay, I'll just turn to everyone and go, the number of combinations is way too ridiculous. There's no way we can just chance upon this.
Just break the lock.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and then it sets off a security system. But I like the cut of your jib, kid. So break the lock. Go for it. You go for it.
I can't do that. I can
You
barely lift a
can't.
person.
You can't make it, you know.
I don't think I can dissolve it with my scorpion's touch stuff. I think that's... Can I? I thought that was just
What?
parallel. Hang on.
You
You,
cannot, no.
Rosalini, do you see anything? I mean, you got eyes, right?
I have sense the unseen. Can I activate that?
You can do. And Carmen, as you activate Sense the Unseen, you are highly aware of your surroundings. You're highly aware of Laurie, you're highly aware of Ruby, you're highly aware of Nocturne, but now what you are aware of is that by your feet In the surrounding walls is a pulsation of corruption, of entropy, of ichor running rampant like veins, viscous and fluid, much like what you saw in that picture. It is the signs of corruption, and not just normal corruption, but something deeper and darker and much, much fucking older than you.
Hmm. Interesting.
What have you got?
What do you got?
Not the combination. Something,
Right.
something more corrupted than all of us together. Something that's more older than us.
Okay.
Is down
That's
there.
phase 2. In the interim, our quarry's running away. And I always get my man.
Or rubber
So,
thing?
or rubber, yeah, you know, whatever. I went with a thing, it didn't work, fine, whatever.
So you want to press the buttons and maybe see if something happens, or you want to try to rip it open together?
I'm just going to start mashing. I'm just going to start mashing a combination.
Which computer? Nocturne, what are you doing?
As much as I really chaotically want to try to open that door, I feel like she's a little smarter than what a lot of my other are. So she knows as soon as that opens. I don't have any service yet, do I?
Nope. Nope. No, you do not.
No sir. I'm gonna look to the others and say, you want to help me try to open the door?
I'm not very strong.
More hands are better than no hands at this point.
I mean, I can try.
One second. I'm just going to check the wording on an ability that I can do.
Ruby, how'd you do?
I got 5 with a crit.
Damn.
Uh-oh. Beware the smiling storyteller.
Oh, he's smiling.
Oh, he's smiling. The grinniest grin that ever did grin. Oh, don't play that card with me, young man.
Put on those lights.
So, Nocturne, are you gonna try and raise the roof?
I was waiting on their response, so if they help me, yes. If not, because then I will try to use... Could I use potence in this?
This is exactly what potence and prowess are built for.
I will use that if I'm getting help.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm getting help.
Apologies.
Go
I have
ahead.
something I could try that will avoid breaking the door down.
What's that?
Scour Secrets. It's a blood sorcery discipline. Discipline blood sorcery. From the player's guide. I've never used it before, so. Blood sorcerer unleashes rivulets of their blood, primed to search for information on a subject of their choosing. The blood washes over the subject of their search, allowing the blood sorcerer to investigate vast amounts of text and volumes. It sort of doesn't specify what object you can.
So, going by the words as written, it sort of says volumes as in books.
Damn.
Scrolls, stuff like that there. But tell me, what were you going to use it for?
I was going to put it on the, like, display of the coded lock, because that's where all of the information is being kept. And I was going to hopefully figure out what the code is just by doing that. Because the code has to be saved within this system.
I will allow it.
It is a rouse check, so we are getting into dangerous territory.
And Carmen did say they would help you Nocturne as well, so if you want to push the door as Laurie is bleeding over the lock and Ruby is punching in numbers as quickly as possible.
What's the rolls for that?
You do not get a roll, Carmen, but Nocturne you get a +1 for Carmen's help.
And it's strength and what?
Strength and... let's go brawl.
3, so that's...
Succeeded on my rouse check.
Lovely.
Intelligence.
Ruby's neck feels a little bit safer, thank you.
Blood sorcery. I'm just gonna, like, use my teeth to cut my thumb and just, like, rub my thumb against it. I'm going to willpower that. That's 4 total.
Okay. With a combined total. How much you get, Nocturne?
8.
Okay.
Strong. So that protein.
So,
Your protein hit.
with a combined total of 17. Using both the strength of Nocturne and Carmen, who are pushing up against this, you can hear the metal creaking and grinding. Laurie, you bleed over this machine. And to you, the numbers come as clear as day. You see the pattern, the ones, the 1, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 3, the 2. Boom. That's the code in that order. Ruby. As Laurie gets that, you've already punched in 5 of those numbers. Boop. 2. You push these doors as they come loose, Nocturne, and they clang, ripping off the sides, and there's no alarm. But as you 4 ascend the stairs, the smell of rust and old cleaning fluid hit you. You see exactly where you are right now. You're in an old abandoned hospital room. A makeshift laboratory in the corner. Rusted utensils. And there is a man standing there looking at you all. And I mean looking at you all. His entire body exposed, his skin taut and twisted, and eyes looking at each of you. Numerous eyes covering his body, head to toe. You all hear a voice echoing inside your brain. Leave.
Who are you?
You do not need to know. Leave.
I'm gonna use the flashlight.
Okay.
Yeah, Ruby's going to activate
Flashlight
Unswayable
it.
Mind and then
Yeah.
flashlight it.
Flashlight. I feel like if I see the eyes, I'm doing one of these. I'm like, motherfucker got me once.
Pocket sand. Just
So, Nocturne, you are using the flashy to blind him.
Yes.
Laurie, you are pocket sand.
I'm throwing the dirt as far
yeah.
as I can on him.
Ruby, what were you doing again?
I'm ensuring that I've got Unswayable Mind activated, and also flashlighting.
Right,
Like
boom, boom, boom.
a disco ball.
And
Swayable minded flash.
and you're also flashing?
Yeah.
Swayable minded flash.
Okay. As each of you take out your torches and begin to flash, the creature stumbles slightly. You hear an echo of a scream or a shout of annoyance. You're not too sure which. Nori, as your pocket sand comes closer to it, the eyes have shut because of the lights, so it doesn't have as much of an effect as you wished. And then the eyes open up again, and he runs toward you. And Nocturne, you are the closest to him.
Oh fuck it! I'm gonna do the same exact thing he's doing, running, and try to tackle him.
Okay. He is going to get you into a grapple. What are the other three doing?
I'm not very good with combat. I'll let the others do something first a while, I think.
Well, I'm grabbing out my gun.
Okay.
And surreptitiously, if possible, checking if I've got reception.
No.
Cool.
Carmen.
Yeah, I can toss a knife.
I'm thinking with Stake, but I don't know if he's kindred.
I mean,
It's the
either way,
same.
gonna
It's
hurt,
the.
right?
It's the same. Is it the same corruption that she was feeling or seeing?
You can still see the corruption coming from this room, but it's not coming from him. He looks to be as infected by it as the rest of the rest of the. Where did I go? He seems to be as infected by it as the rest of the room.
Okay.
Laurie, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take off the ring and have it turn into the stake, and I'm going to call out to Nocturne to catch. I'll just throw it and hope that Nocturne catches it.
Okay. So Nocturne will get a
And if
chance.
she doesn't, it's fine.
Well, Nocturne will get a chance to catch this on their next move.
That's so good.
And Carmen, what are you doing?
I can throw a knife.
Are you throwing a knife?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're gonna throw a knife. Right, so Dex Athletics.
Or no, it's a wrench. I have a wrench. Never mind. I'm like, wait a minute. I grabbed a wrench.
So are you throwing the wrench?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dex Athletics from Carmen Dex Athletics from Laurie. Ruby, you're just pulling your gun?
I'm pulling my gun and watching what goes down between Nocturne and this thing, because I want to know that I'm going to hit the thing and not Nocturne.
Okay,
So she
Nocturne.
deserves it. She does
Yeah,
deserve it,
Little
but I'm
bit.
not going to do it.
Nocturne. You're doing the exact same thing he is. Yeah?
So that's yeah. I'm trying to tackle him.
Strength brawl. What'd you get?
My strength and brawl. I did
Mhm.
not roll it yet, so let me quickly do that.
Your hunger. 4.
Ooh.
It was well.
6 successes.
You all see as Nocturne and this creature run at each other at full pelt. However, this creature has the advantage of being slightly faster. And as the two of them collide, you see Nocturne get knocked back onto the floor. Please take 1 level of superficial damage. The creature turns. And for his move, he will grab the stake and the wrench.
It's fine.
Don't worry, it's a split action. As Nocturne is knocked back a few feet, he turns and grabs both of them with the ease of an experienced fighter. You see the eyes in the back of his head wink at you, Ruby, as he tosses the spear. He tosses the stake towards your chest. Nocturne, Ruby. Carmen, Laurie, what do you do?
I'm firing at his
Okay.
head if I can.
Okay. Dex, fire. Are you taking aim or are you quick shooting?
If Nocturne is down on the ground and out of my way, I'm just shooting.
Dex firearms. Nocturne, what are you doing?
Oh, okay. So am I? Explain where I am.
You were knocked
direction.
back. You were knocked back a little bit from him. You are still within.
Okay.
You're not on the floor, but you're not within like shooting distance for Ruby. You could very easily jump back at him while his back is at you, but he is watching you, so he knows you're coming.
Oh yeah, he's.
He can
So I'm
see
in the-
all of you, no matter where you're standing.
Okay, I'm in the back though. Okay.
Yes.
So I just needed. Okay, let me look and double check and see what I.
Laurie, Carmen, what are you doing?
Trying to dodge.
Okay, Birdwatch.
I am not combat inclined, but I am a huge freaking nerd. Would I be able to know if a person covered in eyes is something that I've read about in various tomes and such that I've read back when I was studying occult history and such?
There have been tales of many-eyed men throughout the years, but those men tend to have 3 eyes. There has never been anything written about something on this scale. Not even in Greek, Roman, Norse, Egyptian, Babylonian. The only thing that would be the equivalent to this in ancient texts are angels. Biblically accurate angels.
I think when it comes to body horror, in true Tremere fashion, I'm just going to mentally blame the Zemitsu.
It is New York. It's a safe bet.
Oh my, it's gotta be them.
Sorry for any Samitsi players out there.
I'm a Zabitsi player. I love the Zabitsi, but right now, as a Toreador, damn Zabitsi.
Neat.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think just dodging blows, if any are thrown at me, is the only thing else that I can do.
Okay. So, Ruby, your dex firearms, how'd you do?
6 with a crit.
Okay. And Knock, how'd you do?
I am going to, before Ruby hits the gun, I think that I've seen the way it reacts with the light as well, and it's paying attention to me. I'm gonna try to use that again and then try to go for the lower, like his leg. Like, knock him off.
Roll me your strength and brawl. Nocturne. The sound of a gunshot goes off, and simultaneously, the sound of wood piercing Ruby's chest echoes in the room. He takes 2 aggravated damage, but Ruby, you feel the splinter of this wood piercing your heart. Your knees go from under you and you fall forward in torpor. Carmen, Laurie, you two are close to Ruby. You can see her fall. Nocturne, how did you do?
I got 6 successes.
As Ruby falls, so does the creature as Nocturne comes up from behind, sweeping her leg from under him. The gunshot knocked him back and Nocturne knocked him down. He takes 4 superficial damage. He is lying on the ground, prone, wrench in hand. Ruby is lying in torpor. Laurie, Carmen, Nocturne, what do you do?
I think as the closest, I'm gonna grab that wrench and try to bash his head. Sorry, Ruby. I would help you, but I want this thing dead.
Got it.
Out of torpor, you just get the mental image of 2 fingers up.
2 fingers like, fuck yeah, I see it.
Business is business. Just do the fucking job, you hear in your head.
I just hear it already, the yelling.
Laurie,
So that's
Carmen,
what I'll do on my action.
what did you do?
I'm gonna grab the stake out.
Yeah, I was gonna do that as well. Retrieve my stupid stake that I...
Roll, who wants to pull it up?
I've got 1 strength. I don't know about you, Carmen, but we could do it with the power of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Carmen.
We're professional.
Carmen, roll me strength and melee to pull this out, but also add +1 for Laurie's super duper strength help.
The whole
Okay.
time Laurie's like, I'm so sorry, Ruby. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was going to do that.
It's a fucking steak. What did you think it was gonna do?
I know what he was gonna do with it.
Wait, I'm in torpor.
I didn't know he knew that we were vampires.
You see Ruby looking up at you, Laurie just judging you with her undead eyes. Just you can feel the vibrations of thought.
Can you feel this tone of voice I'm looking at you with?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Nocturne, strength brawl, please. No, strength melee.
Can I? Huh?
Strength and melee.
Can I add my would? Oh, this doesn't count. Prowess counts again for like attacking, right?
Damage. Yeah.
Okay, only causing damage for that. Can I? You know what? No, I'm just gonna do strength and melee. It's fine. I'm kind of strong. Maybe something will happen. 2 successes.
You are able to grab this off this creature, and you can all hear the clang of the wrench cracking against the skull. There's a gargle, and then everything goes silent.
I'm gonna do it again.
Well, let's see how they did with it. Let's see how they did with the
Yeah.
staking. Thank you very much, because they may have pushed it back in. Carmen, how'd you do?
So I have a 2 success, but with the +1, I guess it's 3.
Did you roll the +1 dice?
Oh no. Okay, hold on. It's a 1 crit. So
Okay. Ruby, you feel the piercing wood come out of your chest, and you can, for the first time in what feels like a long time, understand why getting wood is not a good idea.
Normally it's on the other person involved. Thank you. Oh, you got it.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need a new top as
That's
well
a
as
fact.
shoes.
I'm sorry. I
Sends it back to
turned it back into a ring and shoved it in my pocket and forget about it.
Carmen,
So day spa and shopping trip, it's happening.
Carmen, roll me a wits awareness. Just you, Carmen.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
Can I use my special with it?
Yes.
Two crits, 1 success.
There is a thrum of energy in the room as this creature lies at Nocturne's feet unconscious. There is a thrum of entropy that passes through each and every single one of you, but only you can see it, Carmen. Your eyes are drawn to one of the drawers in the room under a cabinet. You can feel the corruption seeping out and infecting everything around it. You can almost taste it on your tongue. The ichor that is colored like ink.
Does she know what this is, or
She doesn't. She has never seen this before.
yeah, like what is that? I don't think I want to touch it. That's for sure. But she'll let the ladies know, hey, there's something really, really bad in that drawer over there.
Like an artifact? She like perks up.
How about you go investigate that and I tie this up and points at
Yeah,
them.
gonna.
Let the nerds do nerd stuff and
Yeah.
Hey,
you guys-
whoa, this is nerd shit too, okay? And
Yeah,
Ruby's just gonna start hog tying this eye creature.
Should we stab its eyes so it cannot?
They're
You do
They're-
you, boo.
I wouldn't. Because
No,
maybe
probably
those
not.
can go back.
I don't think they can go back, but it is going to be used for study, so probably leave them intact.
Fair enough.
Can I open the drawer very slowly that's been pointed out by Carmen? Or unless Carmen wants to open the drawer, but
It's very corrupted. I don't know if you can touch it.
the drawer or the thing inside?
Both?
Is there any like tongs, like metal like instrument tongs?
There are.
Can I use that to
It's
open
an
the
old
drawer?
surgery room. Yep, you can.
I will use some tongs to open the drawer.
The drawer opens.
Like,
Safety first.
think of it like radiation. Yet you don't want to touch it.
Well, you don't really want to touch radiation either, but that's why I've got tongs and I clack them.
The drawer opens. And Laurie, inside you see a book. The front of the book and the back of the book, from what you can tell, are made entirely of human skin. It doesn't take a genius to know this. On the front of the book, branded into the skin, is a symbol. The symbol goes down in a straight line, loops around, so like this, loops around, loops around. And there are 2 crosses on the symbol. As someone who has studied the occult, you know that is the arcane and a chemical symbol for Leviathan. The Prince of Hell.
I probably shouldn't touch this with my bare hands, so I'm going to... I really want this, though. This is my bread and butter. This is...
Maybe just take a picture of it? Sounds,
leaving it here.
Ruby takes off her jacket while she's like holding a roof in her mouth and throws it at
I'll catch it. I'll lay the jacket down open. I'll use the tongs to pick up the book. I'm not touching it. I'm smarter than that. I'm gonna put it on the jacket. And then I'm gonna, using the tongs, wrap it up.
Evil jacket.
As Laurie.
Look, Ruby's already
Thank you.
discounted this entire outfit. It's done. She's got to buy a new one anyway.
Laurie, roll me your composure and resolve.
Okay.
Since I'm here by her, do I need to do that?
Nope.
4.
Okay.
That voice that you are so used to, that beast that niggles in the back of your throat, it is not the voice you hear now.
Open me. I am yours. Become the envy of your clan.
And you have this overwhelming urge to open this book, to make it yours.
Can I fight the urge?
You just
'Cause I
tried
want to open it.
You just tried to, and you failed.
I'm sorry, guys. I think I'm gonna die. I'll use the tongs to open it. I'm still holding the tongs. It's like the front
As you-
cover.
Open it!
Someone stop me! Someone stop me!
I'm gonna stop her. I would like to stop her if I can.
As Laurie, you open the first page. You see the words written there. Property of Kadir Mana. But then Carmen comes and pushes your shoulder and you close it again.
No, I want to read it, but at a better time. I'm like saying this out loud to the voice that was in my head. At an appropriate time, I will, with the right wards in place. Oh, control myself.
You can't control yourself, but this voice has replaced the voice of your beast, and it is not needing your hunger to be any higher than 0. This voice is your voice until you open the book and make it yours.
I'll open the book when I'm good and ready, you know?
You
not right now, we're
are ready.
on the job. If I can
Are you
control
saying
myself.
this out loud?
Yes.
You're not ready.
God,
Don't listen to it.
No, I know
tired.
exactly. I'm not ready now.
I want to get paid, and I'm gonna go over and can I bonk her out? Can I just knock her out?
I've got control of my faculties.
It might.
Carmen. You have noticed, however, that since Laurie has taken possession of this book, that entropy, that corruption, that ichor coloured like ink, has dissipated somewhat. It is no longer hanging off the floors and the ceilings. It is just pulsating from the book.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, Carmen, I've got this, I'm under control. Get the tongs. You can take a step.
Whip out my phone and check the time.
Yeah.
We are getting to about 4 in the morning. Sunrise is in another hour. It would take you about 45 minutes to get to where you need to go.
We gotta move, we're burning moonlight.
Burning.
Well, we can't leave the book here because we've broken the lock, so even then it's not secure.
Do you want to
Give
stay
it-
with the book? That's totally fine.
You want to burn
I-
with that book? Go for it.
No, I'm just telling you, we have to take it with us.
No, you
How
can
about-
take it with you.
Yeah. How about give it to somebody who's not all, it's my precious. Just give it to Carmen.
When have I ever been like that?
You were just talking out loud to something that wasn't here.
Yes, it's a magical artifact. They do that sometimes.
Alright, I'm gonna pick up this creature and throw it over my shoulder and start walking. Burning
I'm
moonlight!
following Nocturne because getting the job done is more important than whatever this is.
I don't intend to open it until I'm good and ready, and if it wants me to open it, it can wait. It's waited this long.
I can't wait, but can you?
I can wait.
And the 4 of you begin to make your trudging journey back through the sewers. Body in Nocturne's big, strong arms, and a unexpected arrival within Laurie's. You follow your steps all the way back to Marcus. Garvey Park. The police are there. There are sirens in the distance. They are too busy with dealing with a crime scene to know 4 women, a book, and a over-the-shoulder baby.
I feel like at this point too, also I made myself in just used unseen passage as they were all gallivanting and doing their thing.
So what Lori, Ruby, and Carmen see is a floating body.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
You forget you can't share that power just yet.
I can't, not yet. I always forget. Okay, alright. I'm not that great of a Nosferatu. I'll turn on invisible.
But you make it back to the van. This is the important part. And Lori, you know where the Chantry of New York is. You know where the Chantry of the 5 Boroughs is. Actually, all of you know. It is a horribly kept secret. And Nocturne, you make your way there. You arrive and you bang on the door of the abandoned bookshop. The door opens within a few minutes and a young woman stands there. Why do the 4 of you smell like you've been through the sewers this evening? It is repugnant.
Well, that's where your present lies, so that's where we went.
You've got a fucking
You
mouth
wanted
on
us.
you.
You should see what else it can do.
Can
Lori.
we come in? Or
Oh, yeah,
are
do
we
I just
gonna
drop
dump
the body?
in?
Where do I drop the garbage at? Like, is it gonna drop off point? Because, you know, time is ticking. Unless you want us to stay the night here. Although.
The mistress wants you to leave it there. I assume that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah. That thing's it,
much
yeah.
like the creature, you've got a good eye.
Is she not
You got
like
it?
this?
Right? You can pick it up, right? Take it?
Yes, I can pick it up and take it. She moves her finger slightly and the body just floats up. I mean, it's a float inside.
Great. Good. Wonderful.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm sure Regent Sturbridge will reach out to whoever it is deals with you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she just
Good
closes the
evening.
door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
I've
go.
already turned around before the door's even shut.
And then head back to our lovely haven. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, that was... Do you think they're gonna pay us?
I mean, they should. Look, the New York Chantry is not really known for its
No,
hospitality and...
you said she didn't matter what it got in any condition,
Oh,
right?
I was very specific at memorizing the wording of the, request that she
That's
originally sent us. It did not specify that it needed to be alive. Or what
Okay,
condition.
alright.
Just that we needed to
Well-
bring it to be studied.
Okay, well that's cool and dandy and fancy and whatnot and all. So yeah, I'm gonna ask for that book thing that you got right there, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, when you open it, take me just a picture of a page and then just send it to me. I gotta get somebody off my back or something. Yeah. I think that'll be good enough payment. For...
Give me to her. Let her open me.
No, I'll let you have the photo, but yeah, I'm not doing that.
What are you talking about? Like,
The-
talking.
I'm pretty sure the book's speaking to me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
how
think
I
that's
know
good
it's legit.
leverage at some point. Yeah, it's weird. Just you can't spread stuff like that around.
And
Anyways,
Well, I
I'm
was
driving us.
going to give it to the Chantry for safekeeping, but considering they didn't want us to take it in, then they don't get to look at the artifact.
No, don't tell them. Don't tell
No, of
them.
course not.
Never tell them.
And as
It's
the
all for
four of
safety.
you arrive back at your warehouse, everything is very much the same as you left it. Except for one thing. On the table, where the map is, there is a sign. It's written in ink, very neatly, very beautiful. There's another job.
There always is.
Man, I love this one.
Sparta's going to be postponed. Great.
I am gonna have a beer in the van.
And that is where we'll end tonight. I thank you all once more for joining us in this crazy motherfucking adventure. Because I didn't expect half of that. And I'm gonna go around my players once more so they can introduce themselves again and tell you where you can find them. Because go find them. Go follow them. Don't stalk them. It's fucking weird. But playing Laurie Payne, Plague Maiden.
Hello. You can find me most places under Plague Maiden with an underscore at the end. If not under that, then some variation of it. Thank you so much for having me at the table today. First time, it's been very fun. Yeah. I've been Tremere nerd today.
Ruby Turner, Nephthys Nile.
Hello, darlings. I've been your Ventru with a little bit extra. Yeah, you can find me at Nephthys Nile. That's NEPHTHYSNILE. Pretty much everywhere. When I'm not here, I'm on my own channels doing stuff and shenanigans. So come along for the ride and stay for the silliness.
Nocturne Zilia, Sir Cuttlefish.
Well, hello. Well, there we go. Hi, I have been your very strong, buff, muscly mommy K-Diff this afternoon. I played Nocturne's Alias, and I am Sir Cuttlefish. You can find me on all forms as Sir Cuttlefish. Here, emigrating, doing here, and even around BIPOC time, doing fun story stuff over there. So, yeah.
And Carmen Rosaline Bubarella.
Hi, I was your Rosalina Hakata photo enthusiast. It was fun playing first time Hakata. You can find me on most of the socials as Boobarella. It was fun playing.
And I have been Mike, your storyteller, and I've had a fucking nightmare, to be honest with you. But
Mission accomplished.
I've had a great time, as per usual. So please join us next time for more adventures with E-Division and whoever we have in the lineup for our next case. And we have a few special surprises throughout the rest of the year.
Ooh.
You just have to stick around and find out what the fuck those are. So from us to you, keep it scary. And we'll see you next time. Bye.